What's going on, Shrewd Stack Squad? Today is Thursday, April 15th, 2021, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the current portfolio updates. I don't even want to say new play ideas, but just current conditions and how I'm planning to ride this whole wave out, and all of those different things. Because quite honestly, guys, this market is we're entering a little bit of a red market. Let's just say that. And luckily, I'm going to be here with you guys showing you step by step what I do and how I do it, because I've been through this before, and this is giving me a little bit of flashbacks to when I first started, and I'm going to show you how we handle this. All right, if you're new to the channel, guys, this is Shrewd Stocks. I show you my journey to $1 million openly, transparently. There's no screen cropping out, no BS. You see me put my money where my mouth is. All I ask in return, you hit that like and subscribe button. Now let's get into this. Okay, so guys, the market took a big hit today, all right? Especially my portfolio. So look, we're down almost $3,500 in total, and let's take a look at what happened. So Neo, took a big dip down. It's in the 30s again. You can look at the 1 week chart, 1 month. 1 month down 20% almost. I don't know, guys. 20% is it's quite a bit of a loss. So, if you believe in the company, and when I say believe in the company, guys, I don't mean that, oh yes, I really believe in this stock. Like, that's not how it works. When I say believe in the company, I mean really believe in yourself and believe in the research that you have done. That's when I say, do you believe in the company? Okay? Do you believe in the research that you have done on the company? If that's the case, then you should be fine. All right, you can dollar cost average down, you can hold it, you can do all that. Other than that, guys, if it's in your foundational plays, you just gotta stick with your guns. All right, you gotta stick with your guns unless something has changed, or if you realize, hey, maybe I messed up in picking a foundational play. With that said, for me, Neo is still a buy. It's going to be a hold for me. Like I've been saying, I'm still bullish on Neo, and I'm going to keep it. All right, let's go to the next one. STPK, Palantir. Guys, okay, let me talk about Palantir. So let me explain what happened with Palantir today. They had their demo day, like I've been telling you, and that happened, I think, around like 11 a.m. today. And if you have the chance, please just YouTube it and go watch it real quick if you want. But long story short, they did a demonstration of their product. That's what happened on demo day. And the thing is that I don't want to even say it was good news or bad news. It's a demonstration. You follow what I'm saying? And the thing was that with their demonstration, they showed its different interface and how it's used, and where it could be applied. Different companies could look into purchasing their product. The problem with it was that it was technical. Okay, that's really the thing. It was very technical, and the issue with giving a technical so I want you guys to understand this. I'm trying to think of a good example. Okay, here's a good one. Let's say you were taking physics. All right, if you're taking the physics class and you're trying to teach, let's say, a 5 or 6 year old some concept about, let's say, gravity, or you're talking about whatever the heck. If you're going to be teaching a 5 or 6 year old gravity, okay, are you going to start pulling up equations on the board and start writing things out and all of this other stuff? Or are you just going to show them how an apple is naturally just going to fall, or how what gravity is, the force that keeps everything pushed down, okay? It's a difference in how you're going to explain it. Does that make the fact that gravity was not taught well, that it's wrong or anything? No. So let me explain what this analogy is like. In this analogy, what I'm saying with this whole gravity example, the 5-year-old that needs to be explained on this subject is the investors. So the big name investors. So that's the thing. And the person who's the physics student who's trying to explain this, that's Palantir. And when they went to explain it, they started writing equations on the board. And for a 5-year-old trying to understand this stuff, they're like, what the heck am I listening? What am I looking at? And what am I doing? And so that's part of the reason why, not that there was, it's not that there was something wrong with the gravity itself. It was not presented in a way which investors would be more excited to put more money into it. You follow what I'm saying? And the thing was, if anything, one little thing that I would say, maybe, I don't want to say raise concerns or anything, it's not like that, but because it was so technical, you would end up needing, it would be hard for even people who are in the industry itself to get on board with, like, software engineers and those people, to get on board with some of the programming that's involved with Palantir, because while it is a very, very, it's an amazing product that they're selling, and the potential in it is ridiculous. The thing is, if a company wanted to buy it, they would end up needing to retrain their staff, and then honestly, they would need a lot of help from Palantir Consulting itself to teach them how to do it. And so it's a little bit of a revision to what they were, to a company's current existing protocols. Now, that's not to say they shouldn't do it, because you'd probably make more money by revising the protocols and restructuring the whole thing. But, it's something that a company would have to consider, that, hey, this is a bigger investment than we may have initially thought. I do think the returns would probably benefit a lot of companies, but that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, because of that as well, after they gave their presentation, they had their run-up, the NASDAQ as a whole today dipped. And if you look at tech specifically, we can just pull up a few stocks here. Let's just say my favorite one, Tesla, it's in the red. We can take a look at what's another one we got. Square. In the red. Tech as a whole today, NASDAQ was down, I think, like 1.5%. It took a hit. So it's really hard for us to expect that a company, when Palantir puts out a demo day like this, and then the tech sector as a whole is down, for Palantir to run up. But I remember on their last demo day, it also took a dip, and then I think the day after or something like that, it got its momentum back up. Now, I can't tell you whether that's going to happen tomorrow or whatnot. All I can say is that nothing has changed with Palantir. That's all I'm going to say. If you're bullish on the Palantir, you're going to stick with it. If you're not bullish on it and you think it's a piece of crap, don't invest in it. I'm still sticking with it. If anything, I'm, I have a crap. Look at how much I have in this. I have over 1,000 shares here, and I have no issues keeping this. Because for me, this is long term. Okay, for me, Palantir is long term. MP had a little bit of a spike today. Skills is down, man. Skills is really taking a hit here. Hey, I may be wrong on Skills. I don't think so. Like I'm telling you, nothing compared to what my due diligence initially was has changed. Now, I do wish, though, that this thing... Problem is, I think this is more of a fair valuation of Skills, where it's at right now, $15. It could dip, it could not. The thing that I want to say with Skills, though, is until they can get their platform restructured and better organized and things like that, we're gonna have a harder time seeing this thing have a spike up, unless they get more contracts or some short-term catalyst. But that's not the issue right now. The issue at hand is they really need to get their structuring correct, their platform itself, the UI, the interface, all of those things. And in my opinion, once that can happen, then we can start seeing a much better price valuation of the stock itself. All right. IRO, HOL, XONE, CTXR. Guys, every stock in my portfolio today was red, basically. So, all right, let's see what else I wanted to say. CTXR, that April 30th catalyst, that's when they're going to be releasing their Minoloc phase 3 trials. So, guys, I want to explain a little bit about this Minoloc and what it is, what it's all about, right? So, Minoloc, if you get the chance, you can just Google minocycline, okay? And if you take a quick look and Google what is minocycline, minocycline is effectively just, I'm trying to think. It's an antibiotic, okay? It's part of like this thing called tetracycline antibiotics. They're very commonly used. If you ever got like a cold or whatever, you may have been prescribed a tetracycline antibiotic at some point. So Minoloc, okay, I want to say that again. Citius Pharmaceuticals is releasing a product called Minoloc Technologies, all right? This Minoloc itself is composed of minocycline, which is already on the market. It's been there for a very long time, combined with something known as edetate disodium, which is dissolved in a 25% ethanol solution. Ethanol is, It's alcohol based. All right. So what we're looking at is you're creating a new product, so-called new product, right? Called Minoloc, which is a combination of these three items. All three of these items are already like, I don't even want to say FDA approved, because ethanol is not an FDA approved product. I guess if you want to say that it is. It's not a drug though like that. What they're doing though is they're combining. The real thing was the minocycline that they're using in this technology, guys. If let me tell you something. When a company is just revising an already existing product, okay, and you can get a patent on it, and it can have a huge customer base, and all these hospitals are going to be wanting to jump in on it, guys. I am very bullish on that because I'm trying to think of a good example for you. Okay, this is a great one. Pfizer. You guys remember Pfizer? Pfizer Pharmaceuticals. They came up with like a very what's it called? Not Cialis. The Viagra, right? Viagra is called sildenafil. That's the generic name of that drug. Another competitor of that drug, okay, and that one drug is worth billions of dollars. It has made a lot of money for Pfizer. Another competitive drug for that is called Cialis. Okay, you might have heard of it, Viagra and Cialis, right? I forgot the company name that makes Cialis when they initially had it though. But you need to understand, if you already were able to get a drug such as Viagra on the market, having a similar base one that has very, like, in that same class of drugs, no real differences, you're just tweaking a little bit, like, half-life, things like that, the chance of that getting approved increased tremendously. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm extremely bullish on this stock. I know that they're going to be talking about a potential share dilution and things like that. I mean, yes, we can see maybe a short-term drop in the price if that stuff goes through when they vote on it next month. But overall, guys, there's nothing that has changed for me in this stock. I wish I could tell you a new play to get into, what to do, what not to do. I can talk real quick about this Coinbase play. Coinbase, like I said, we saw that bump up. Look, it came up $424, then it dipped all the way down $300. And who knows where it's going to be, guys. My only thing that I want to say is this: as more and more companies start investing in Bitcoin and they start using it and it's becoming much more widely available like that, Coinbase's price is eventually going to start to increase over time. Okay, Coinbase has been the lead dog from day one. Back when I first heard of Bitcoin back in 2012, 13, this is my first place that I ever bought Bitcoin. It was on Coinbase because there weren't as many places to buy it back then. And, I think even Tesla, when they bought them, I think they may have used Coinbase itself, to be honest. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I really think Tesla used Coinbase when they first invested in it. So if you wanted to make a position in Coinbase, consider adding slowly, but dollar cost into it. I don't think this is a bad price. But again, whenever these stocks initially IPO, they're very hot, they're very volatile, and you can't even think of a support resistance level or anything like that. Nobody can come up with it right now. What you want to do though is play it safe and dollar cost average into it. If you wanted to make a small position now, do it. If you want to add a little bit more on Friday, do it. So you do it on different days and in the same amount though, okay? You got to play it strategically. All right, let me see what else I had to say. Guys, Cinedigm, this stock, man, I was talking about it before. This thing had a little bit of a run up because they had I think they put out numbers of their user base of who's been signing up for the stock and things like that. This is maybe something worth considering to invest in for now because they're going to be releasing, I think they were saying their NFTs, the non-functional tokens, later in this month. Actually, I think in April they said they're going to release one. Now, my whole issue with that is I think that's going to pump up the stock. I do think that will be a catalyst for the stock to pump it up. Fundamentally though, this company has nothing to do with NFTs. This is like a TV and movie company, so it could be helpful to pump it up, but then fundamentally nothing has changed on it. Their next big catalyst would probably be their earnings that's coming out in July. Overall though, I think this company is really good, but that's the one thing. So if you want to play that thing, you can consider it. I think $1.27 isn't a bad price to get in on this stock, but you have to be prepared to see this thing potentially pull back a bit, but we can already see the performance that this thing has had, right? I mean, look at this. Back March, when this initial correction, all that happened, went to $1, and then eventually stabilized this $1.20s, and then had its run up again. And now we're seeing this whole, you see the pattern, up and down like that. So just consider it, but also understand this is a penny stock. You want to play it safe. That trailing stop loss has to be on if you want to get it on Cinedime. That's all I'm going to say. I don't see too many people talking about that stock, so just consider it in that sense. Let me see if there's anything else. Zomedica had its run up again. Oh, I don't want to say run up, but I know in my previous videos I did say its support level was 90 cents, and it hit that 90-cent mark, and then look, it took a big ride up to $1.20. I did not get in on this play because, quite honestly, I'm kind of just staying away from a lot of these penny stocks right now, and I'm trying to be a little bit safer in my investing. That's why I keep telling you this foundational layer of stocks that you have is key. It's key. All right. That's what's going to hold up your portfolio in these bad times. Now, understand this portfolio I made here is not one to mimic. This is not my entire investments at all. I created this portfolio just as an idea for you guys to see. A lot of my money is in different brokerages where I've invested from the past, and that's what's been really holding up my overall net worth during these times, okay? So guys, I know I said a lot here. All I want to say at the end now is if you wanted to take this investment game seriously, please consider joining in on the Discord. We collaborate on all of these ideas. We're one of the most supportive groups out there on the Discord family, and that's only thing I'm asking of you guys is if you want to join in on the Discord, you have to be serious about your investment journey. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or experienced, just take the investment journey seriously, and let's get into it over there, okay? Now, I'm going to wrap up the video. I've been talking a lot, so let's just end it with this. Stay happy, stay healthy, and let's get wealthy.